Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's topic is extremely exciting for me because what we're going to be discussing today are the 5 ways that passive cash flow helps you in your life. The first thing that passive cash flow helps you do is cover your life expenses. Now, one of the things I wanted to do when I started investing was get to a place where my day job was basically gravy and that my passive cash flow was covering my life expenses. So in order to do that, you have to be disciplined. You have to look at your budget, of course. But then once you have determined what you can do every year, take the money, put it on the side, and then do your analysis and then make a decision about investments that you want to make. Over time, those investments that you're making in those passive cash flow real estate deals will enable you to cover all of your life expenses. At that point, you're working for fun, or you go into investing full time, or you go do more vacations, or. That really comes down to your big why. What do you want out of life? But the first thing you need to do is do your analysis, be decisive about making decisions about which investments to invest in, and then build up enough passive cash flow that it covers your annual living expenses. At that point, you've reached financial freedom, financial security, which is exactly what we're all kind of aiming for in this passive cash flow investing game. The second thing that passive cash flow helps you do in your life is it enables you to buy the things that you want. Are there things that you've always wanted that you haven't been able to do on your current salary? Did you want a toy boat? Did you want a fancier car? Did you want material things that you always thought were a little bit out of reach? One of the things passive cash flow allows you to do is to buy those things that you wanted. It kind of helps you level up your lifestyle if those are the things that you want to do with your passive cash flow. That's not where I spend my money when I have extra passive cash flow, but we'll get to that. I don't buy a lot of things, but it does give me the ability to buy things for those that I love and for family and friends. So it helps out a lot with having that extra passive cash flow coming in. The third way that passive cash flow helps you in your life is that it helps you enhance your lifestyle. So a lot of people are living hand to mouth these days, and it's a sad situation. It's not something that you have to do, but it's something people get used to doing, and so it's hard to dig themselves out of the hole. It's hard to find the light at the end of the tunnel and say, I can get passive cash flow that's going to make my lifestyle better. It's going to give me the experiences that I want to do, the travel that I want to do, getting to go skydiving or bungee jumping, or even being able to go rent a boat with the family on the lake and getting to go out and go wakeboarding. These are the things that enhance your lifestyle. And quite honestly, passive cash flow gives you that. Investing in real estate gives you freedom. It gives you some flexibility. Once you build up enough passive cash flow, it kind of snowballs, and then it enables you to use that money to not only cover your expenses, not only to help you buy the material things that you want to buy, but also to enhance your lifestyle. Being able to say, I want to fly business class instead of flying coach. If you're getting enough passive cash flow and you have enough money to invest, saying, you know what, I'm gonna have a private membership in a private plane. I'm gonna be able to rent a yacht. Different things that you may want to do depending on the level that you're at and how much cash you have to invest. The fourth thing that passive cash flow allows you to do, and this is where I get really excited about passive cash flow, because this is what I do with my extra passive cash flow, much to the chagrin of my wife, but this is what I like to do with the majority of our extra passive cash flow. I like to reinvest those proceeds. When I have a deal that is paying me on a quarterly, monthly, or annual basis, whether it's cash flow or whether it's profit from the cash flow, I always reinvest those funds back into another deal. So I build up enough funds and then I invest in another deal. And in a lot of passive cash flow deals, the minimum on the equity side when you're an accredited investor is usually around $25,000. Sometimes it can be a little bit less. But when you build up enough passive cash flow that's coming into your various accounts, whether it's your cash accounts, your bank account, your checking account, your savings account from those investments, or if you are also using your self-directed IRA or a self-directed 401k, you can invest those funds as well into a deal. And so I use both, but when I have my passive cash flow come in, I generally let it build up to a place. I'm always analyzing deals. I'm always talking to sponsors in the market, trying to figure out what deals are on the horizon. And then when I have enough cash flow to invest into a deal, I will take the cash flow and then I'll invest in that particular deal. So what I like to do is kind of take the dividends, put them on the side, and then build them up to a place, or take also the money I've been saving and then put that into a new cash flowing asset that also has upside. So my big thing with this is I like predictability of income. So if I'm investing in a deal with $50,000, I feel that I'm going to be getting an 8% return. I know on that particular deal, I will get $4,000 a year from passive cash flow. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but once you do this over time, that 50,000 at some point probably also doubles. And so over a 5-year hold, you have 50,000 that has become 100. And over a 5-year period, if you think 4,000 times 5 years, that's 20,000. So at some point at the end of the day, you have your original 50,000 back plus 30,000 of profit. The 20,000 from cash flow, you may have already invested that, but you'll have your original 50,000, 30,000, so you've got 80,000. Now you can go put that in a deal or 2 or 3. And then that gives you the flexibility to grow and diversify over time with your passive cash flow. And that's what I like to do with my passive cash flow. That's what I like to do with the investments that I make. I like to take those funds and reinvest the dividends, reinvest the original capital, and reinvest the profit. I think that is the way long term that I secure my financial future for myself, my family, and for the organizations that I care about. The fifth thing, and that was a nice segue, the fifth thing that passive cash flow helps you do in your life is create a legacy. Now, one of the things I'm looking at is I have small children. They're young right now, but I'm still trying to teach them about money on a daily basis. I'm trying to teach them about investments. They may not go into real estate, they may go into real estate, but what I want to do is give them optionality and show them what is available through real estate. I also want to be able to take a part of the money that my wife and I are earning and be able to redirect that into organizations, charitable foundations that we believe and trust and want to help. So some big things for us that we really believe in are housing security, food security, water security. People around the world need shelter, they need clean water, and they also need food. So we like to give to organizations that help provide those things. And that is what we do with a portion of our annual income. So in addition to not only being able to cover our expenses, allowing us to buy the things that we want and need, and also living the experiences that help us enhance our lifestyle, we also use this passive cash flow to continue growing our passive cash flow and our net worth so that we can ultimately leave a legacy. So I hope you guys are excited about this too. This is the 5 ways that passive cash flow helps you in your life, helps you live in a fulfilled way, and also doesn't make it so that it's all about the money, but it helps you in your life so that you can help others in their life. And so at the end of the day, that's what this world is all about. We need to be able to provide for ourselves and be able to provide for the ones we love so that we can give back to those that are also in need. So on that note, let's continue growing our passive cash flow and our net worth together. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you like this one, please feel free to subscribe, feel free to share it, and feel free to comment below. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks so much.